Hello everyone, this is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. This video is sort of a follow-up to the previous one that I've done in regard to following up on unclaimed funds with the bankruptcy court. Today's call, I'm going to be actually calling the judges' chambers to figure out where the order is so that they can disperse the funds. This is the second deal that I'm working on. The first one, I'm nowhere near close to being done. This one is actually almost complete. So before I show you what I'm going to do, I have to preface the video again with I am not an attorney. I'm a funds locator. This is not intended as legal advice. I'm just showing you where I go and what I'm doing to get this information. If you are in need of an attorney, please find one, do your research, find one in your local area that can represent you or give you legal advice. So with that being said, this is the notice of motion to recover unclaimed funds that I had the debtor file. Again, the Eastern District of Virginia is one of those states and districts where you either have to be an attorney to file this information or you have to be the claimant to file it. So I drafted these documents for the claimant and he filed them on his own. So here's Pacer, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Here's the motion. This right here, this notice in motion was filed in February. Again, I mentioned this in a previous video. Again, there is an objection date for March the 12th, 2020. Well, today is Friday the 13th. And again, I don't see any objections that have been filed, and I don't see a court order. So I'm going to follow up with the judges' chambers and figure out where the order is. Is it en route? Are they working on it? Or, is there anything else that we need to do? So again, I mentioned this in the previous video. Do not feel shy or apprehensive in contacting the court for information. That's what they're there for. They should want to help you, especially the judges' chambers, because they're the ones that are working and searching over the motion and reviewing the order itself. So come down here. Nothing else has been filed after our document, again, and the deadline has already passed. So I'm going to go up here, and I think I forgot to mention this in the previous video. The judge's name is always here when it says assigned to, and also the judge's initials are listed right after the case number. So BFK and then Brian F. Kenny, that is the judge's name for this particular case. So as I mentioned in the previous video, again, I'll reiterate again, you go to that district in Virginia, Eastern District of Virginia bankruptcy website. You go to contact us. There's a divisional telephone listing. And usually there, like I mentioned, there usually should be an email address. In this case, it looks like there's only telephone numbers. So here's the chambers of the Judge Kenny. I'm going to contact the law clerk right now and I'm going to find out, hey, where's my order? So let's see what they say. Let's contact him here. I have a number 1-703-258-1244.
Sorry, Anna Chikanowski is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, this message is for the law clerk. My name is Spring Porter, calling from Spring Solutions LLC. I'm calling in regard to case number 1414244. It's ABA Tekle is the debtor. I'm following up on a motion for unclaimed funds that was filed last month on the 20th. It looks like there was an objection deadline due March the 12th, which was yesterday. It doesn't appear that there have been any objections filed or a deficiency notice filed. Just curious as to when the order for unclaimed funds will be issued. If you can please give me a call back at 443-839-4551, 443-839-4551. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so that was the law clerk. As you can imagine, their office is busy. So I left a message for her. I'm going to call the judicial assistant as well. Every number that I have for the judge's chambers, I'm going to call. This right here is the courtroom deputy. Um, this Tawana, the name here under this, is probably the lady that is actually in the courthouse. I don't want to contact her directly because this is not something that is a pending hearing that's happening right now at this time. So I'm not going to call someone in court to ask them about this particular order. This is just paperwork. So I'm not going to call the courtroom deputy, but I want to call someone that, is in his office. So let's find out from the judicial assistant what's the status on our order. All right, so let's see, 1-703-258-1242. Enter. Let's see.
You've reached the voicemail box for Denise Williams. I'm sorry I'm away from my desk. Please leave a message at the tone. Your call will be returned shortly. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Miss Williams. My name is Spring Porter calling from Spring Solutions LLC, calling in regard to case number 1414244. This is in regard to a motion for unclaimed funds that was filed February the 20th. I'm just calling to follow up. It doesn't appear that there have been any objections filed. I believe that deadline for objections was actually yesterday. Just calling to follow up on the order for motion for unclaimed funds, wanting to see when that's going to be uploaded. If you could please give me a call back, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's 443-839-4551, 443-839-4551. Thank you. Okay, so I had to leave a message with both the law clerk and the judicial assistant. They could be assisting matters in court. They may give me a call back, but I do know that these are obviously two numbers. If I don't hear back by the end of business today, I can give them a call back on Monday morning. They're usually pretty good with returning phone calls. Again, and even though this district in Virginia does not recognize money locators, you can still call them. I mean, this is a public matter. There's a case number. I have all the information that I need, so don't feel shy about calling them. So yeah, we'll just wait for that to come back, and I'll follow up on this one and see what happens. I'm actually excited about this one because this is the second one that I've done, and it looks like everything was completed properly. This is just a matter of, getting things filed in. The court takes time. So I will not hesitate to actually work in this district again because now I have experience in this particular district. And these forms, again, I found from a previous case in this district. And these forms, they weren't on the court's website. So I had to sort of, kind of jush them up and find templates. So don't let that discourage you, money locators. Sometimes you have to sort of go through the process to see how it's done, and then you can make adjustments accordingly to make it go smoother the next time, third time, fourth time around. So I hope this is helpful for those out there that are wanting to know how you follow up on it, what happens when it gets to this stage, what do you do? And obviously I have to communicate with my client to say, hey, Mr. Tekele, I contacted, and let's do that now. I'll send him actually, let's just call him. Because I think he called me yesterday. I sent him an email and I let him know, what the deadline was, and I let him know everything. So let's go ahead and call him now. Let's see, let's find his number. Okay, here we go.
Please leave your message for...
Hi, Mr. Techley. This is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. I'm just following up on the email that I sent you yesterday regarding your case. I followed up with the court this morning. I actually contacted both the law clerk in the judge's chambers and the judicial assistant. Neither of them were there. I did leave a message asking about your case. It does look good on this end because, again, the objection deadline is already passed. There have been no objections filed. There is no deficiency notice regarding the documents that you sent to the court. So all looks good. We are waiting. At this point, it appears that we're just waiting on the judge's order. So once I hear from them, I will let you know. Now, you can actually call them yourself. I've already done that, so we may want to see, when they call me back. If you do want to contact them yourself, you can. I'll give you their contact information if that's something that you'd like to do. Again, I've already done that, but hey, it doesn't hurt to sometimes reach out, and light a bigger fire, because then they'll be willing to call you back faster. Let me know if you'd like to do that, and I'll give you those numbers. But until then, I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so that is a client. I left him a message, or I could have sent an email. Some people like speaking, on the phone as opposed to email. You just have to know your client. He doesn't mind either way. So that is that. That's how you follow up on when the claims have been filed in with the court. You got all your documents in and you're still waiting. It's important to know this process. That's why it's important to sort of have sort of a background in, the court cases, in civil litigation, in bankruptcy, because you should know these steps, that when you file a motion, there's an order that comes after that. You should know who to call. So this information is helpful for, again, anyone who is pro se or anyone who is, a money locator and they're trying to figure out what to do. So I hope this information was helpful to you. I will speak to you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.